Hi, welcome back to the second video on this channel, which is crazy that there's now a second one I'm working on. Um, like the first one, I'm not going to be editing out anything. I'm not going to be editing in general, because again, I don't have the time nor patience for that. Mostly the patience. I have a little bit of time, but not really patience. Anyways, I talked to my friends and I put on my Instagram for this account, which, let me see if I can get it. This one's kind of stupid. Is it's Suffy Rose 04. Basically, I went on there and I was asking people, I said, I have two video ideas and I wanted opinions on which to do first. The options were K-pop and WWE because I'm a fan of both. However, K-pop won, and along with K-pop, I'm just going to include music. And like my first video, I'm not really going to be editing out anything. I'm not going to be um, editing because, again, I don't have the time nor patience. Um, so while I was talking with friends, I was like, hey, y'all want to give me some ideas on what I should talk about in general? Because I would like to come up with stuff now because I didn't do it early enough in advance. I really don't have much. I did it like 2 hours ago, and that's about it. Also, my hair is kind of cute. It's like changed style over the years. It used to be very pin straight, and now it's this. Um, I woke up with it like this. So that's cool. Alright, now I'm gonna do what I did last week, and I'm gonna set a timer because God knows I will just yap forever. And I need to be able to pace myself. Oh, my nose itches. Makeup is crazy because why does my face itch? Anyways, 30 minutes starting now. So this video should be like 32 minutes long or something like that. Anyways, depending on when I actually stop it. Okay, so music, right? Everybody listens to it. Everybody has their preferences on music. I personally am a big K-pop fan. I also listen to a bunch of other things. I listen to most things unless it's like metal or heavy metal. That's just a preference. It overstimulates me a bit. So, I just thought I'd go through my main playlist and share a few of my favorite songs right now before I fully get into what I want to talk about, which is just my opinions on like the music industry, K-pop industry, like things that are going on in general in the K-pop or music industry, and like just things in general that are like, okay, maybe we should bring this up that's not really talked about, but maybe it is sometimes. Anyways, let me pull it up on my thing, and on my thing I mean Spotify because yes. I have a main playlist. It is around a day long, and I have a lot of favorite songs. And some of them I will bring up next week because next week my thing will be WWE. It'll be me talking about that, my favorite things about it, how excited I am that I've really gotten back into it lately. But yes, so I'm gonna do I can do 10. Let's do 10 of my favorite songs right now, and they're gonna be a mix, so bear with me. So there is 49 Times by Brandon Parsons, I believe. I recently watched a Pulse nightclub video. It was people who were in there who were in the nightclub when the shooting happened, when the mass shooting happened. And at the end of it, they played this song, and I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Hold on, let me double check before I say it because I don't wanna say it and then it turns out to be wrong, you know? Okay, so he did. He handled Pride Near Me. Interesting. Anyways, he wrote the song. He wasn't there, at least not that I can find. But he wrote a song 49 times for the 49 victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting. I really like the song. It's a good song, makes me cry. That's one of them. Um, this is gonna again come up next week with the WWE, but I have to list a few of them now. Cult of Personality by Living Color is used as a theme song for one of the wrestlers, CM Punk. Love that song. It's good. Um, Steal My Sunshine by Portugal the Man and Cherry Glazer. I believe there are other versions of the song, but I do like this one the most. Um, Golden and How It's Done by Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters. It was a good movie, not my favorite, but I do like some of the songs. So that's 5. Oh, getting into the K-pop thing, Bleep by Stray Kids, which came off of their new album, which I will be talking about because I'm a big Stray Kids fan. Bleep is a big one of my favorites. It's just fun to listen to. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? What else? I have such a big list. Another WWE one, just because I love it. Let's Light It Up by Carrie Kimmel. It's the AJ Lee theme song. I love AJ Lee. Again, I will be getting into that next week. I need to stop before I go off on a tangent. Ignore all the noises in the background, please. I know. I'm working on my best, and I know I'm in a new location. It's a whole thing. Let's see, what else? Oh, One Last Time from Hamilton. Oh, I love that song. I love Hamilton as a whole. The musical is great. Um, oh, I'm gonna have to bring this up. I believe one of my weeks, I'll have 2 separate weeks, one for Marvel, one for movies in general. One of my favorite video games and movies is Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, um, Five Nights at Freddy's by the Living Tombstone is great. And Below the Surface by Griffin Ellen. I believe I said that wrong. I don't even know what number I'm on, so I'm just gonna do 2 more. Gnarly by Cat's Eye. I love Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye is such a good group. They're so cute. Like all of the members are just so. Oh my gosh. Okay, one more. I'll just throw it in. I'm not a big person who listens to Christmas music until like the 1st of December. It's just a thing for me. I worked retail during Black Friday and all that. I believe Christmas music starts way too early. That's just a personal thing. But most songs by TSO, um, specifically Christmas Eve slash Sarah just kind of butchered this. I'm so sorry. Sarah Jibo, 1224. The instrumental, love TSO. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I don't even remember how many songs that was in general. I want to start on the subject of K-pop because that's the main thing. And me and my friends, I need to stop looking at Instagram because I opened it up to bring up something me and my friends were talking about, and I just see. Hmm. Anyways, I saw Rhea Ripley. Anyways, so let me start off with I asked my friends what I should talk about, like, any opinions they had that they thought I should talk about in this video, and maybe again down the road, maybe in a bit, I will if I get more opinions or if I see anything else, I will talk about it again, but for now, let's talk about K-pop. So, in general, if you don't know what K-pop is, which I'm sure most people do, but there are people who don't, K-pop is Korean pop music. And they have a lot of fans. You got big names like BTS, Blackpink, Twice, Stray Kids. You got ITZY. You got 17, 80s, P1 Harmony. You got Kepler. You got all these names. They're not all big names, but they are names. Um, but they are some good groups. I listened to a bunch of the ones I just listed. I used to be a really big BTS fan, and then I switched over into Stray Kids, and now I'm just a huge Stray Kids fan. I've seen them in person twice for a 2-day. They had 2 days in Atlanta, and I went to that for Maniac in 2023, and that was a fun time. I really enjoyed. Um, anyways, uh, there are groups. Like I said, BTS is like the biggest one people think of when they hear K-pop because they're such a big group. I mean, they've been nominated for Grammys multiple times and all that. They're such a great group. They all just came back from military service. I believe it was this year, between last year and this year. They're all back. If you're curious, at the time when I was really listening to them, Suga Yoongi was my bias. He still kind of is, and I believe like RM was more likely my record. Now, if you don't know what that is, a bias is your favorite person in the group. That is the person you don't it doesn't mean you hate all the other members, it just means that they're, like, in, like, a group like BTS, they're just your favorite member out of all of them, and then your bias wrecker is one who could make you, like, kinda go astray from your bias. I don't know if that's the correct way to put it, but that is the way I think of it, and for, like, Stray Kids, for example, I'm a Han and Felix bias, and alt, which alt means it's, like, your ultimate favorite out of all your groups you listen to, and then the rest of my bias wreckers because they're all amazing, but yes, uh, a lot of them do different things. Stray Kids just recently released a new album called Karma. Really good album. I recommend if you are looking for new music and you haven't listened to any of Stray Kids' songs or anything, I recommend you give them a try. I know a lot of people say Stray Kids isn't for everyone, and that is true. There are some people that I know that are like, I can see why you like them. However, that's not my cup of tea, which is fine. I can understand that. There are some groups that aren't my cup of tea, right? Um, but yes, Karma is their latest album, and they're actually Stray Kids is a very interesting group to me. Not in like they're interesting because I like them, but in the fact that, there was a song on um Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if you really heard it in the movie, but it's on the album called Slash. Really good song. Stray Kids had a song released la- last year. Did that? I believe it came out last year. Um, Chick Chick Boom. Yeah, that would have been last year. Chick Chick Boom has Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in it. Hugh Jackman's only there for a couple seconds. Ryan Reynolds shows up through more of the music video than Hugh Jackman does. Han, or not Han, sorry. Chan and Felix did interviews, or an interview with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Very good interview. I've watched it. They're just funny. I love them. Um, but yes, K-pop groups, I feel like in the like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like in the context of BTS, yes, they are all Korean. But if you get into some of these other groups, like they're not all Korean, right? You have Stray Kids, which is six of them. I had to think about that. Six of them are Korean, two of them are Korean Australian. Um, Chan and Felix are both Australian, but they also, are Korean as well. And then you got groups like, oh my God, I gotta think of one where I know for a fact. You have In Hyphen, which is another group I listen to, not as much anymore, but I used to. In Hyphen, they have, let me think this through. They have an Australian, they have an American, and they have a Japanese um, members, and then the rest of them Korean, just Korean, I believe. It's been a minute. It's so hard to think of it off the top of my head. But yes, I do encourage you to listen to K-pop, especially if it's like something you want to try out. Again, it's not for everybody. There's always a lot of different what? Genres. Why was I trying to say genders? What is happening? Genres. And again, I just say if you want to try it out, there's always something for everybody. And you got currently, I think on Gen 5, there's a lot of groups. I'm sure if you really want to, there will be something for you. I'm more of a boy group stan than a girl group stan, but I do love some girl groups. And now let's get into the side of K-pop in general and in all music. Before I switch over to the non-K-pop aspect. So you have K-pop artists who are pre-debut, debut, they've retired or they disbanded, and you've got like indie artists that are in the K-pop industry and all that. And there's a lot that happens in K-pop that's also like not the greatest, right? You have allegations, not allegations, but like you have like some idols who have like eating disorders, who um, are just struggling with things all around. And then you have idols who have unfortunately like killed themselves. The pressure of being a K-pop idol, and I'm sure being a music artist in general, is crazy. And then there's the other aspect of like bullying in fandoms, especially like even in the bigger artists, but even if you listen to like smaller artists who are like pre-debut, even like indie artists, there's a lot of bullying that goes along in fandoms, which isn't the best thing in general because I've been a part of that, right? I've been a part of groups and have been bullied, and there are like just different things in general. I do believe that, there you shouldn't be bullying somebody for what they listen to, right? I am a full-on believer of that. Don't bully somebody because of what they like. If it's not hurting you or hurting anybody else, you know, especially when it comes to music, if it's not hurting you or anybody else, I don't think you have the right to judge somebody for what they listen to, right? There's like such a big stigma around people who listen to certain music, especially like K-pop fans. There's such a big stigma, like, oh, you listen to K-pop. I remember being in ninth grade. I had transferred into my high school after being online schooled for a period of time. And it was rough because at the time I was trying to make friends and I was having a hard time fitting in and all that because I hadn't gone to a regular school in a while at that point. And people would like kind of like throw me looks like, oh, you're a K-pop fan, or I don't want to associate with you because you're a K-pop fan. Like, yes, there are some bad K-pop fans, I will agree. There are sasaengs, there are people who are just terrible people who are K-pop, oh my god. K-pop fans. And I believe that you should not judge everybody based on what you see, right? Because not everybody's like that. But I will say, like, bullying in fandoms is a thing. I've experienced it. My friends have experienced it. Um, just, it sucks, right? Nobody should have to deal with that because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to enjoy what we like in life. And like I said, I believe as long as it's not hurting you or somebody else, don't judge because, or if it's not hurting the person either, don't judge because how would you feel if somebody judged you on it? Anyways, let's get off that soap opera before this video becomes depressing. Um, let's see. Let me pull up some other things. What is happening? Sorry, a lot of things are happening on my phone. I have it muted. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about regular artists, right? Let's talk about a big one I've been seeing because the album just came out. A lot of people with Taylor Swift and the new album. Is it The Life of a Showgirl? Let me pull it up. A lot of people who are Taylor Swift fans that I follow or are friends with really did not like this album. Now I can't say I don't listen to Taylor Swift like that. I maybe listen to a few of her old songs and that's about it. I think the biggest one lately I've been listening to is 15. Don't ask me why. It's a good song. I don't have a specific reason. 15, Red. Oh, what's the other one? Um, Back to December, I believe. Oh wait, I can't type. Life of a Show Girl. Yeah, okay. There is. Oh, I don't want the track by track version. I just want the album. Right, so there is. Oh, it came out Friday. Okay. Anyways, I've been seeing a lot of stuff around this album, but there's a lot of just I've heard a few of the songs just in passing, not like listen, but I've heard people talking about it. I don't see, I'm a K-pop fan and I can get where this can be like a point of contention with some people. There's some of the lyrics are very interesting. The way it sounds is interesting. I will say I feel like her older songs, even like the past few albums, were a bit better than this. Now I can't say anything. I never listened to the Tortured Poets Department. Um, there's just some things I just don't listen to. But yeah, I've seen a lot of different things about this album. A lot of people do not like it or are just like, which is like valid. Oh, I don't want to pull that up. Anyways, let's see what else I could talk about. I'm back on my playlist. there are a lot of things, right? I listen to, like, a lot of different ones. Fall Out Boy, I listen to there's not Halsey. I'm trying to pick out the ones that have, like, multiple songs by the same artist, but even then, I just listen to such a wide variety that there's not really any specific, like, artists that pop up a lot unless it's, like, K-pop related, right? Um, oh my gosh. There's a song I really like, Achilles Come Down by Gang of Youth. One of my favorite songs. It's a long song. I will give you that. It is a long song. It is like 7.5 minutes, something like that. It's a long song. It's like American Pie. Oh, by what's his name? Don. Hold on. I have to Google, or not Google it. I'm on Spotify. Let me look it up. Uh, Don McLean, I believe. That's a long song. That's like 8 minutes itself. A lot of the longer songs, I have such a short attention span. So there's like a lot I have to be careful with. Like American Pie is one of those I have to be in a specific mood for because if I'm not, um, I can't listen to it to it. Wow, I am not doing great this video. To it the whole way through. But let's see what else we got. Oh, AJR, love AJR. Um, let's see, Coldplay. I love some of the Coldplay songs. Again, a lot of them are like K-pop related, which makes sense considering the type of music I like. Um, I have a few Billie Eilish ones thrown in there. Um, but yeah, I will say like those are my main ones I listen to. Let's see. I don't know. I think with like here's my issue. I listen to country music, right? And that's another one people are like, ooh, country, whatever. My dad likes country music. That's why I listen to it sometimes. And I will say, like, it's the same with regular music in general. I just tend to like the 2010s music. I think pre 2016, 2017, maybe 2018. Before that, the songs like I grew up with. Oh, I love. I was born in 2004, right? I love I grew up listening to a lot of different things, right? Both my parents were born in the 80s. I listened to 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Love it. Um, I think my favorite genre is like 20, not like 2010s, early 2010s and the 2000s. There are a lot of songs from those that I listen to. Trying to think what else. There's like music in general is such an odd thing because everybody has their own taste and like you can sit here and say you could disagree with me and be like, "Oh, K-pop sucks." And I could sit here and be like, you know, sorry, there's a lot of weird noise going on outside. I could sit here with you and be like, that's a valid opinion. I get that. So you like um metal and I like K-pop. We can agree to disagree. There are some things that I don't like that you might like and that you might like that I don't like, right? Um, and so that's like just in general, like music is such a subjective thing because so many people listen to so many different things. And like I love making friends who listen to the same music as me. Like that's how I made most of my friends, right? Or both, we all liked one similar artist or one similar group and we became friends. Like my main friend group, we became friends because we liked the same music, right? There's like 4 or 5 of us. We're all great friends. They're my main online friend group. I love them. Shout out to you guys if you are watching. You know who you are. I love you guys. Um, and we have like similar experiences with music and like fandoms and all that. Like I said, my main group of friends, shout out to you. You know who you are if you're watching this. I love you so much. Um, but like even then, like even outside of K-pop, we listen to some similar artists. And like one of my friends is listens to Barely Human, which I don't know exactly. I want to say it's like rave music, but I could be wrong. But I started getting into Barely Human because of my friend who listens to them. Um, but there are like a lot of like artists that me and my friends will go back and forth and be like, you gotta listen to this song or you gotta listen to this artist, and it's amazing. And I won't even lie, like that's the main way to connect with people. Music, movies, and like games, I believe, are like the main ways to connect with people because you could be a fan of, and I'm gonna go off topic here, like you could be a fan of like, say, you're a big fan of, like, the Marvel universe, right? Like I am. Being a fan of the Marvel universe, you can make a lot of friends from that. Some of my real life friends I made because of, my main friend from real life. We're both Marvel fans, and we've gone to watch multiple movies, like Marvel movies together, and it's great. We try to do it as much as we can, which is always fun. And then yeah, like another one of my IRL friends, she's a K-pop fan, and we met in high school, and the way she came up to me, we were in two different grades, right? I was a senior, she was a freshman, and we were in the same class. And she came over to me. I had my earbuds in, I was on my phone, and I was listening to K-pop. And she came over to me right as the class was ending, and we were both getting ready to go to our next classes because this was the only class we had together. She came up to me and she goes, "Do you listen to K-pop?" And I was like, yeah, I do. Why? And she goes, "Oh, I love K-pop. Like, who do you listen to?" And at the time, like I said, "Oh, I'm such a big BTS fan. Like, I love listening to BTS. They're my favorite group." And she was like, "Oh, no way, me too." And then yeah, we became friends from that. I learned about new groups from her. I actually learned about Stray Kids from her, which is so funny in hindsight because back in like 2022, which is when I met this friend, up until like August, September, I was a BTS fan through and through. I was a big BTS fan. That's like the only group I listened to. I mean, I listened to TXT and I listened to Hyphen and some Twice in there, but I listened to mostly BTS. And, she's like, "Girl, I think you would love this group, Stray Kids. Give them a listen. Tell me what you think." And now, literally, we're friends now, 3, 4 years later, and we still talk about K-pop. We hang out a lot. She just recently graduated in the 2025 school year, so I'm so proud of her. But we still talk about it. We talk about going to concerts together all the time. And I think you can do that with like any type of music, right? You could be a fan of like, I'm trying to think of like, I'm gonna bring her up again, like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande. You could be fans of like different types. Sorry, I'm like messing with my phone. I have a pop socket. So if you see me just randomly, like my arm randomly moving, it's because I'm just going with my phone. Anyways, I just think music is such a wonderful thing because you can make friends and people you don't like, obviously, through music. You could have so differing opinions and you can find new artists and music that you might love or even hate by recommendations of your friends. Like there are some artists that my friends have like had me try to listen to, and I was like, they're not my music type, and I don't like their music isn't my favorite thing, but I do appreciate you trying to get me into them because that's really cool. Um, but yeah, I think like music is such a wonderful thing. I'm a singer. Not actually, I don't sing, right? I sing in my free time. My friends are really trying to get me to get into it more because a lot of them are like, "Oh my God, you have such a good voice." And I'm like, I did chorus for like 2 years. I'm a self-taught singer for the most part, other than doing chorus for 2 years in high school, and that was it. So yeah. Um, but yeah, like I'm just sitting there and watching other people like you can tell when music is somebody's passion, right? Because they're so into it. And even if they're just fans, they're just so into it and I love it. Um, but yeah, I don't know if there's much else I really want to say, which is kind of crazy because there's still like 3 minutes left on my timer. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I know it was a lot of me rambling and all that, which kind of sucks. I admit. I do apologize for that. I kind of went all over the place with music. But yeah, so what? Let's talk about the next couple of videos I'm going to be posting. So next week will be WWE themed. Um, so that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. And I believe that'll be when after Crown Jewel in Perth happens. So I will be talking about things I see on that, just the WWE in general throughout the years and all that. Then I believe the week after that, I will be doing Marvel. Following week, I'll just be doing movies in general. And then after that, it'll be as it goes, and maybe I'll just start talking about things. I always ask on my Instagram, again, which is SephiRose04, which I believe is the same as this YouTube. Um, I plan on asking you guys for maybe what you want to hear from me or different things. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan. I try to do it within a week. I know this was about like 8 days in between this video and the last video. I try to do it during the actual week. Um, but yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the mass amount of rambling. I really hope to get better about it. Maybe I'll come up with a script at some point because I'm just like looking around and everything. ADHD brain. But yes, thank you for watching the second video on this channel. And I hope to see you guys next week. And I hope you guys enjoyed it and hope you have a great day or night. Bye.